Hey YouTube. I had a lot of things on my mind this morning, and it started with I was watching Wendy Williams, and she was saying how regarding the Eric Garner case and some of the other cases is that when the cops stop you, surrender, don't touch anything, don't have your hands in your pockets, whatever they tell you to do, do. And this is something that my mother told my brother many years ago. He used to get stopped by the cops a lot. He never, to this day, none of us have a record or anything. And she said, if the cops stop you, you just freeze, do whatever they tell you to do. Now, I'm going to say there are some cases where people surrendered and they still got shot and got killed. But for the most part, don't tell the police officers, why are you doing this to me? I'm not going to do what you tell me to do. I'm not taking my hands out of my pocket. And whatever they tell you to do, you better do it. Now, the reason why I say that, like I said, Wendy spoke on it this morning, but my mother told my brother a long time ago, and it worked. And some of the officers in the area, they got to know him, my brother, and they know that he's a peaceful person, so wasn't no problem. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it's fair for an African American to get stopped all the time, because it's not. But sometimes we carry a negative connotation regarding crime, and we need to talk about that also, the black on black crime. And the thing is that we're going to have to clean up our own neighborhood. It makes no sense to protest and go and you're tearing up your own neighborhood, and you're tearing up stores that's owned by African Americans and other hard-working people, and it makes no sense. Now, in a community that I used to live in when I was growing up, Newark, New Jersey, there was a riot at one time, and it took many, many years to recover. Some parts is not fully recovered yet, and I think that was back in the 60s, I believe. I think someone told me 63. And it was also in other parts of New Jersey, Trenton, I was told, in Plainfield, New Jersey, and it trickled down to Newark, and Newark, New Jersey, never been the same. So what I want to suggest is that we have to stop being so physical. We have to stop all this arguing. We have to stop. I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. Don't be troublemakers. Because the Lord says, if you live by the sword, you guys running around with these guns and stuff, if you live by the sword, you will die by the sword. And that is really true. I'm not saying that some of these people that died, whether all of them did this, but some did. And we're going to have to change their minds about us. Now, I think the most powerful thing that a person can do is to use their phone, write letters, and what I'm planning to do, you can do it if you want to. I hope that you do. Is Tuesday, I'm sending a letter to the president regarding this Eric Garner case, and try to put some pressure on him. And if we get these letters out in droves, we may be able to change some things. All this breaking into stores, setting places on fire and all that stuff, none of that is going to work, because they're not taking us seriously. And the most powerful thing you can have is your mouth, and use your hands and start writing those letters. If we get enough letters out there to the president, now I'm going to keep it real with you again. Obama ain't going to be in there too much longer. While he's in there, write those letters. If we get millions of letters out there, something is going to take place, I promise you. And stop all this. Peaceful protest is okay. But if you're out there doing things you're not supposed to do, they're going to think, well, we're right about those people. They're violent. They don't care about where they live, because I can't fathom why. Why in the world would you tear up where you live? It just, I could never figure that out. So, it is a shame that in 2014 that we're still going through these same things that we have always gone through in this country. And you have people that have blown up this country, and they have more rights than we do. And I don't think that is fair. But on the other hand, let's work on ourselves. Stop being so physical. Stop being so physical. Use this. Use this. Some of you young guys, people don't think it's true. Some of you are really, really talented and smart, because the way you put them raps together, put those words together, and just think off the top of your head, you have a brain. You are smart. Use it. Use it to your advantage. And on the other hand, this is so funny to me, but when I was a kid, my grandfather used to always say, if somebody do something to sue him, that was his first word, sue him. So write those letters, make those phone calls, and if it happens to someone in your family, sue them. Sue them for all they got. Because if you take money out of the community by suing, maybe they will make some improvements. It's definitely a situation where the cops need to have more training. A lot of them are very brash, and they don't really care or think. And some of them don't really want to shoot, but they have to. That's their training. They have to. So there's a case in New Jersey. I'm going to say the name of the city. Some people are going to get burnt up about this and mad at me. Bloomfield, New Jersey. It was a case of police brutality. And the guy didn't get killed or anything. He didn't get shot. It was on tape. And I would like to say heads is rolling in this town. That's all I'm going to say. And another thing I want to suggest is that the best thing, maybe for Christmas, to give your child, give your son or daughter, okay, a lot of us have the phones. That's good. If you can't afford to get your child a phone, get them little cameras with the videotape, because a lot of these things are getting noticed because of these videotapes. And I just thank God for it, because in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, people weren't walking around with no video cameras and digital cameras and stuff like that. So a lot of things went unnoticed. So now's the best time. Give your child a camera and let them carry it everywhere they go. In school, they probably won't let them have it. But if your child go out anywhere, let them have that camera, because it can prevent a lot of things that are happening. And if things are happening, then you have that proof. Because we wouldn't have never known what happened in that Eric Garner case if it wasn't no tapes or anything. It was truly, truly murder. And I hope that we get together, write those letters, and see what God is going to do. He's the only one that can straighten out these situations that we are going through. And learn to turn the other cheek. I'm not saying in that case, but just little petty stuff that's going on in the street. Turn the other cheek. God says if you resist the devil, he will flee. And that is absolutely right. Talk to you later. Bye.